Good morning. You may be seated. Thank you for joining us, and welcome to Dakota State University to our doctorate and master's hooding investiture. Hooding investiture, what is that? Investiture, from the Latin vestus, robe, means the formal installation of an insignia reflecting our students' attainment, in this case, of an academic hood, much like the ones we're wearing on our stage. We hold this ceremony so this hood in recognition of their accomplishment. We hope you all enjoy the moment. I now call upon several individuals to assist with this hooding ceremony. I ask that the individuals rise to be recognized and that the audience hold their applause until each has been introduced. Dr. David Kenley, Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences. Dr. Doreen Bennett, Dean of the College of Business and Information Systems. Dr. Pat Ingebretson, Dean of the Beacom College Computer and Cyber Sciences. Dr. David DeYoung, Dean of the College of Education. Dr. Phoenicia Holman, Dean of the Governor's Cyber Academy. Dr. Rebecca Hoy, Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic and Student Affairs. Dr. Dan Talley, Professor and Program Coordinator for the MBA in General Management and today's speaker. Dr. Stefan Krebsbach, Professor and Program Coordinator for the PhD in Computer Science. Dr. Sherry Notaboom, Professor and Program Coordinator for the PhD in Information Systems. Dr. Yang Wang, Associate Professor and Program Coordinator for the PhD in Cyber Operations. Dr. Jun Liu, Associate Professor and Program Coordinator for the Masters in Analytics. Dr. Renee Spahn, Program Coordinator for the Masters in Health Informatics and Information Management. Dr. Huanghua Shan, Professor and Program Coordinator for the Masters in Information Systems. Ms. Jennifer Meese, Registrar's Assistant, and student marshals are Casey Tegrotenhus and Krishna Sagamseti. Thank you. You may be seated. We're very pleased to have in our audience today Dr. Griffiths, our president. She's here with us today, always joining us in the back in the audience today. There she is. She's standing. Thank you so much. Grateful to have her. Several other members of our faculty, graduate faculty, they're here too. I won't make you stand, but we always enjoy your company. And then, of course, parents, family members, aunts, uncles, traveling sometimes from very far away. We're so grateful to have you, and we applaud you, students. After a short introduction by Dr. Talley, we'll proceed with the hooding ceremony. First for the doctors and then for the master's candidates from the Beacom College of Computer and Cyber Sciences, the College of Business and Information Systems, and the College of Education. Thank you for joining us in this important event. A little about Dr. Talley. Dan's a professor in economics and statistics here at Dakota State University and the College of Business and Information Systems. He's also served as graduate program coordinator for the MBA in General Management. Dr. Talley joined the DSU faculty in the fall of 1996 after earning his PhD in economics from the University of Oregon. His research agenda has focused on better understanding of aspects of international trade, macroeconomics, banking and finance, and teaching economics with computer technology during his years at DSU. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Talley to the podium as our guest speaker.
Don't worry, I only have 3 pieces of paper. It shouldn't take more than a half an hour, 45 minutes. No, it's all right. Thank you very much, Mark, for that nice introduction. I especially like the part how you mentioned how long ago I got my PhD. That really made my day this morning. As you know, some of the good things about being my age now that I've been here for a number of years is I actually qualify for senior discounts at restaurants. The bad part usually is they don't even ask. They just look at me and say, here's your senior discount. So I would like to sincerely congratulate each one of our graduates that are here today. I'm not so old that I don't remember what it was like to be receiving my advanced degree. And whether this is, the first of your whether you've completed your educational journey, I'll say it that way, or whether you are planning to go on, either way, this is a major milestone for you. I'll do my best, of course, to be brief with my speech, but now that I think about it, that's not really a quality that I'm known for. So you'll forgive me, right? As an economist, I can talk about anything for as long as anybody wants to talk about. So, but I'll try to be a little bit more brief here. One of the nice things about getting an advanced degree is people automatically think you're smart. So when you introduce yourself, say, as Dr. Talley in my case, then that's sort of something that means people think that you're at least a thinker, right? Maybe not a doer, but at least a thinker. And so one of the best things I think about being a thinker at university, if you're thinking about that as a possible career path, graduates, is that you get to be paid to think, right? And so whether it's thinking about how best to teach my students, how to take complicated economic issues of the day and explain them in hopefully everyday terms that my students can understand, how to present statistics, which I love, but not everybody shares that love of statistics and tables and figures, but to try at least to tell the story that's behind them, right? To explain why they're important and what's the best way to interpret them. Nonetheless, the degree that you're going to get is going to give you lots and lots of opportunities to choose then what kind of path, what kind of life you're going to have in front of you. Is it going to be one spent thinking and being a thinker? Is it going to be one spent being a doer? Work for a company, start your own business, help your country in many number of different ways. It's truly exciting to think about that this is the start of a new chapter of your life. So since I am a thinker, of course, and if anything, I'm probably an overthinker, when it came time to do my speech, I wanted to think about it quite a bit, and I spent a fair amount of time thinking about how I could maybe inspire you a little bit or motivate you, regardless of where you go and what you do. And so I really spent, the whole good part of my breakfast just really thinking about what I wanted to say, right? And this is the result. So I wrote down, this is my main message to share with you after my years of working as a thinker and maybe even gaining some wisdom as I've aged. But I also wanted it to be a kind of a unique message, maybe something you might, with small chance, remember, 10 or 20 minutes after this thing is over. So here's what I wrote down. Whatever you decide to do with your life, now that you have earned a graduate degree from Dakota State University, try not to get arrested. Right? Now, I know what you're thinking, like, wow, that is just totally great advice, right? Just the best thing you've probably ever heard from, like, a graduation speaker. It was certainly nothing I'd ever heard, and I thought, wow, right, I'm really breaking new ground here. It's not that I think it's going to be a huge problem for you guys, right? Because you seem like really nice people and good people. So I'm actually pretty optimistic that this isn't going to be a huge thing. And also, statistically speaking, people with graduate degrees don't tend to get in trouble with the law a whole lot. So I think that I personally believe, while as we celebrate your success today, that your future maybe won't include, probably won't include, it might not include getting arrested, right? But at the same time, I want you to just take a moment and think about what that would mean, right? Because obviously, first and foremost, the conclusion is that would reflect really badly on Dakota State University, right? That would clearly be the top level thing to remember on us, right? Those of us standing up here, those of us in the larger DSU community. I'm sure that's immediately what popped into your mind when I gave that piece of advice, right? But really think it through, right? I'm only kind of half joking about that, right? We are now connected, you and I, right? You've established a link because of the degree that you're earning here that does not go away, right? It's a indelible, inalterable, permanent, lifelong connection to our university. And that's true whenever you get an advanced degree, but certainly as you go further and further along in your education, I think it really stands out. You really begin to realize just how much as you go further and further in life, that link to your university, the accomplishment, the success that you gain, maybe the encouragement to really think, I can do these things. If I set my mind to it, if I devote myself to it, it's not just about being smart, which is what people that don't have PhDs think. It's also about being dedicated and persevering and working through to be able to accomplish it. And so in that sense, then, we will always have this kind of connection, and I'll always feel pride, especially in your future accomplishments, especially the accomplishment, of course, we're recognizing today, and that your friends and family are celebrating with you. But also, as you go into the future, hopefully you'll share with us your future accomplishments as well, because we really like to know that you guys are having, what you're doing and how you're succeeding, and that it's not just about reflecting on us, but also about that we care about your success and your future. Now, on a more positive note, so please stay in touch with us, is what I'm saying. Now, because I'm an economist and I love statistics, I should probably support my main message with a barrage of statistics, but it turns out that the number of DSU graduates with graduate degrees that then contacted us to let us know that they've been arrested, I couldn't find anybody that knew of anything, right? That it was zero. So that to me is really disheartening, because as a statistician, we like to have a significantly different from zero result, right? Otherwise, we can't publish it. So other than that, though, that's kind of cool, right? And like I said, I suspect that you graduates are going to turn out to be very good people as well. Now, whether that's because you got the degree from DSU or just because you were good before we got here, that hypothesis I can't test, right? So my suspicion is maybe you were people of good character, and the fact that you made it through the dissertation actually is reflective of that. So also, because I'm a statistician, you probably know that, I was going to say, hopefully maybe you will find the fact that nobody before you has told us that they've been arrested, that's inspiring, and maybe you'll be the first one. No, I'm kidding. Don't do that. That's bad advice, right? Rather, I hope that you'll take your degree, truly use it to make the world better. Regardless of your focus, your academic area, you've now joined the ranks of some of the most educated folks on the planet, right? You can make a difference, help identify problems, help fix them, look for new opportunities, and change the world for the better. And with that, I will say congratulations and good luck.
Thank you, Dan. Dan's one of our senior graduate faculty, and we're grateful to have him. I couldn't resist the senior part. All of us on the faculty and students have a cherished memory of Dr. Talley, and that's his dedication to his students as a mentor and educator. I ask that Ms. Mees please bring forward our graduates.
In the College of Business and Information Systems, in the Beacom College of Computer and Cyber Sciences, Doctor of Philosophy and Cyber Defense. Assisting with the hooding today is Dr. Mark Hawks and Dr. Pat Engebretson. Paul Edward Wagner. In the Beacom College of Computer and Cyber Sciences, Doctor of Philosophy and Cyber Operations. Assisting with the hooding today is Dr. Mark Hawks and Dr. Yang Wang. Anthony Jairam. Trevor Mackenzie Lewis. Michael Allen Lauder. Jacob Lee Williams. In the College of Business and Information Systems, Doctor of Philosophy and Information Systems. Assisting with the hooding today is Dr. Mark Hawks and Dr. Sherry Notaboom. Loknas Sai Ambati. Chad R. Fenner. In the Beacom College of Computer and Cyber Sciences, Master of Science in Computer Science. Assisting with the hooding today is Dr. Mark Hawks and Dr. Pat Engebretson. Keenan Richard Bousquet. Mark Gibbons Elder. Aaron D. Ingalls. Mahesh Babu Kamepale. Sophia Ivy Lewis. Rayanne Maureen Leister. Alexander Paul Maxey. Blake Ashton Nedved. Samuel Stephen Resop. In the Beacom College of Computer and Cyber Sciences, Master of Science in Cyber Defense. Assisting with the hooding today is Dr. Mark Hawks and Dr. Yang Wang. Michael Joseph Fonlander. Lauren Elizabeth Lawson. In the College of Business and Information Systems, Master of Science in Analytics. Assisting with the hooding today is Dr. Mark Hawks and Dr. Jun Liu. Bahini Chowdhury Aklori. Prosper E. Busagali. Indira Fuyal. Raj Kiran Mataram. Durrani Metapati. Harsha Vardhan Ramadini. Al Jordan Bain Schoenfelder. In the College of Business and Information Systems, Master of Science in Health Informatics and Information Management. Assisting with the hooding today is Dr. Mark Hawks and Dr. Renee Spohn. Michelle Renee Zeiderhoff. In the College of Business and Information Systems, Master of Science in Information Systems. Assisting with the hooding today is Dr. Mark Hawks and Dr. Rangwa Shan. Mohan Balaji Arani. Vishnu Vardhan Reddy Bukapali Gana. Harsha Devanini. Shushma Kalagara. Pavan Kumar Mamadala. Srinivas Nara. Vijay Prakash Pakar. Yusuf Ali Sheikh. Ukamiya Syed. In the College of Education, Master of Science in Education and Educational Technology. Assisting with the hooding today is Dr. Mark Hawks and Dr. David DeYoung. Kimberly Fisher.
Well, I'm not sure how the day gets any better. It's early in the morning, but they get their diplomas immediately following 10:30 commencement across the street. We invite you to join us. My congratulations to you all. Congratulations. On my part, from the faculty, from the people on this podium, we are so grateful to have worked with you, you bright, brilliant minds, for the sacrifices of your significant others, family members. Thank you for joining us, being part of the DSU family. I ask that our guests remain seated until the platform and graduates have left the auditorium. The commencement, as I mentioned, starts at 10:30. Please join us. Thank you for coming. Have a great day.